everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video. Right.
Yo. Hi everybody. Hi. Happy Thursday. It's a Ooh Ladies First Panel Thursday. Okay. We will be on Nisi's channel this evening. I hope y'all all come through. Wait, no, not Nisi, Jamie. It's on Jamie's channel this week. Okay. Whoa. So come through to the Ooh Ladies First Panel, girl. I think so. Child, let me look at their channels to make sure. Girl, but when I tell y'all, I was just sitting up here watching a very, very, very interesting video. Yes, it's today. It's on Jamie's channel. That's what I thought. I'm about to share it. Okay, so that y'all can come through tonight to see us. Okay. Make sure you are following all of the girls, me, Jamie, Nisi. Follow us. Okay. We're really dope. And we have a really cool panel that we do 3 Thursdays out of the month, okay? Because it's not every, all right? It's 3 Thursdays out the month. We rotate between each other's channels. We've been doing it for years now, and we will be working on a live show to come to you guys with next year. Oh, yes, it's happening. All of the live shows, girl. All of the live shows are happening. We got to do it before we die, girl. Girl, we don't know what's going on, but this feels like the time. Okay, that's what it feels like. You guys, I was just watching another one of my fave content creators, Jessie Woo. Y'all know Jessie Woo in the past has worked on my nerve. But I still like a girl after my own heart, right? Like, she is, Haitian and speaks patois and is a gorgeous singer. And, like Jesse's just very, very beautiful and, just top-notch shit going on. But right? And I feel like over the years I've watched her like deconstruct shit. And she's still, diehard Christian. She's still my man, my man, my man. She got a man now, girl. Thank you. But it's giving more love of self, right? It's giving less of that's more important than how I feel about myself. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm glad that, like I like Jessie, right? So, Jessie's takes lately have not been as problematic as they once were. And we all like, girl, girl, I can remember sometimes some of the things that I've said up here. Okay. You got to grow. Okay. The more you know. All right. But she did this video. Y'all, she did this video on Dear Future Wifey podcast. Y'all know Latarius? Y'all remember Latarius, right? Girl, that nigga got married, right? But the way he got married was he had like a mystery wife situation. Meaning like the bitch was a mystery until the wedding so that he could monetize and get sponsorship. So yesterday, right? When T.I. said that I don't do the church thing, and I automatically understood exactly what he was saying and respected him for that form of honesty because there are so many men that walk around using Christianity as a tool of control. And I love the fact that T.I. is like, nigga, I'm T.I. I don't have to use God to control bitches. I appreciate that. That's some player ass shit, bro. Okay. I have a respect for player ass shit sometimes, okay? Especially when it gives like self-respect. Cause to me, there is nothing worse than the way men use God to shame and guilt women about things. And if the shoe were on the other foot, they would not feel the same way. It's like, especially about like abortion, about like purity and all of that shit. Like, oh my God. Like the hypocrisy, like the large, deep holes in that like narrative and that mentality is just so alarming, right? And it's crazy to me when people like men who you know are like probably psychopaths or some shit are like online, like, but it's a human life. And God gives us human lives. And that means intrinsically they have value. And so that means you have to stay pregnant against your will. Yes, I know. I know. I know men leave their households and leave these children destitute and wouldn't know if they were dead or alive if it were not for the mothers. Yes, we know. We know. But still, it is better for one to abandon a child in life than to stop it from coming here at all. Like, what? Ah, girl. And we're gonna get into that too, because TikTok, y'all, oh my God, y'all see the title, it's TikTok. We're gonna be talking about cyberbullying on TikTok, right? But me seeing Latarius made me want to come to y'all with Latarius first, okay? And listen, we might have to break this live up today because, and I hope that we don't, I'm gonna try to get through as much as I can. But I got some people coming to my house because, girl, even though, like, I know I am in a jovial mood, you would say, okay? Even though the community is not okay. All right, this the QR code to get merch. Y'all see that? Okay. Even though the community is not okay, bitch, my house is not okay. Okay. For some reason, when it stopped being cold and decided to get hot, the AC decided to stop working. And it's not like the actual AC being broke. Something's wrong with a fuse in the electrical system. Because for the past couple of days, the lights have been fucking tripping, flickering and all of this shit. And then when we was trying to, build forts and shit in the backyard like two big ass kids, right? Putting projectors on. You know what I mean? Like we outside doing shit. Apparently the outside electrical system is fucked up. And so when we was fucking with that, now we done fucked up the AC. So now I'm in this bitch with the window unit blowing and all of the fans on in the house, okay? Because today it decided to be 77 degrees, slightly humid, slightly humidity. Just, humid for normal people. Slight humidity for us. So me not like completely being like, yo, oh my God, shit like this used to happen when I was younger. And I mean like 32, 33, 34. My ability to keep my cool at this age has really been like, oh my God, girl, look at you. I told y'all I got that reading, right? One of the things that Amani said in my reading was that the way your higher voice talks to itself is extremely calm. She was like, she was like, a lot of people when they're talking, like how it translates is like, people are like talking like with a lot of urgency or loud. And she was like, you're very like calm. She's like, you talk to yourself calmly. She was like, I don't think I've ever heard anything like it before. And I was just like, something, I don't know what it is, but something about that, I don't know. It made me like myself more. It was so weird. And so now, like, that I keep, I'll be put in these like pressure situations and you know, manage to not allow it to always like fuck my insides up. Like make my nerves bad, make my head hurt. Like I really have gotten to a good space with detaching from things so that, it doesn't take over. You know what I mean? Like you have the moment, do what you can, and then you move on to the next thing and you figure out how to regulate your emotions and get your energy back into a good space. You know what I mean? So yeah, like oh my God, y'all, I love that for me. Cause like the way anger would move around in my body. Oh my God. I'm one of them, I cry when I get angry people, right? And people would think like, oh, yeah, bitch, I'm emotional, but I'm about to. So yeah, y'all, I'm in a good place as a person. Like, I don't know, it's nice. I don't know. I got shit to focus on, nigga. I'm writing jokes every day. I'm good. How y'all doing? I hope y'all doing good. I hope my good energy affects y'all because I know I do have a tendency to repel people. Bitch, okay, human sage, how are you? Okay, use me as a litmus test for people sometimes. Put me on and just see what they say. Y'all, I've been working all my life to be a version of Millie Jackson. You ain't gotta cuss people out no more. Just go find my record and put it on. Okay? All my life. What? It's a precipice of success for me. Let's get into it, y'all.
I know some of y'all have seen on social media my big announcement. I am engaged. I try not to address the negativity because I love to celebrate all the love that has been surrounding me. Now, this is some stupid comments I've seen. He's making this all about him. I seen somebody say, it's the next thing to do to help save my podcast. I'm not gonna say I do when I know deep down inside I don't. I saw a video one day that said I had a failed engagement. I've never been engaged. The reason why he's keeping her private is because he don't want people in the past to come up and mess up his situation. I said, I don't have no situation. People are so used to toxicity that they'll take something that's healthy, that's beautiful, that's God-centered, and then project their insecurities. Let me get back on my future wifey. I know that my purpose is attached to my future wife. And that's the reason why I had to take my time and choose carefully, choose wisely this woman who I will be exchanging vows with. I felt like that from the moment I met her. The reason why I am doing what I am doing is because I want her to have the wedding of her dreams. Back in 2020, we sponsored 3 couples getting married. And God told me, if you think that I'm not gonna take care of you because you blessing other folks, he said, watch what happens when it's your time. This platform was my personal journey to discover, uncover, and recover love, and she is the love that was recovered. What greater gift to have her look absolutely beautiful, to know that I did everything in my power to use the platform that God has curated for her, a gift to her. I love the fact that y'all are being encouraged by the fact that I proposed to the love of my life. I seen a comment that said, this is for us. The only person that could ever say something like that is a person that understands the heart posture of God, that you got to celebrate other people's wins and to know that if he did it before, he can do it again. The hardest thing for me not to do is reveal my future wife. I know some of y'all have seen on social media my big announcement.
Okay, hold
I
on.
am engaged. I try not.
Okay. So that was him setting y'all up for it, right? And then he revealed her at the wedding. I'm not doing music, okay? When you see the love of your life, and here she is. She's walking down the aisle, you guys. Finally. Y'all, it's just like that episode where we finally got to meet your mother. You know what I'm saying? How I Met Your Mother. After all of them fucking seasons, we finally got, to meet the mama. And then, she died. And then, he went back with Robin. And it was anticlimactic as fuck. Y'all remember that? That's what this is giving. Beautiful woman. Once again, conservative propaganda. Okay? Conservative propaganda. Anytime y'all are trying to promote the image of marriage as if it is a fairy tale ending for something, yeah, you're trying to Disney like sell a romantic relationship to grown ass people. And the motherfuckers in the comments eating shit up, right? Let's see. Hold up, let me see. So at first they thought it was Latarius' mystery fiance is not Donnie Wiggins, okay? And this is what I wanted. I saved this one. I wanted y'all to hear what Donnie Wiggins had to say, bitch. Cause I didn't see this episode. And I've seen a few of his episodes. The ones that go viral, I have been seeing them, okay? But yeah, no, I hate that. What did I just tell y'all about men that use God in order to control women? And I don't care what Latarius is talking about. That is what he is doing. Okay? That is what he is doing from the top of his head to the bottom of his feet. Like everything is controlled in a manner. And then also things are talked about. Like I hate when people act like, so let me be clear. I believe in God, y'all. I believe that there is something that I'm connected to that gives me more information than I'm being presented with in the moment, right? I feel like it's actually one of my gifts. So don't misunderstand me when I say this. But I often feel like when people talk about God talking to them and saying things to them, I feel like you think that that's that white sky daddy nigga that y'all be talking about, right? And I feel like God is supposed to look like you so you can envision yourself acquiring the ascendance, right? To me, I think the whole purpose of this, earth prison shit that we're in is we're supposed to be like evolving. That's what everybody says, y'all. I don't know, but that's what they say. And low key, it does feel like you're supposed to be like ascending as a soul through all of the different lives that you may live. You're supposed to be like constantly ascending, not to perfection, but to some type of balance that becomes connected to the greater energy, right? Which is what humans might call God. I do not put it in the framework of a religion because I feel like that's too controlled, that's too simplistic. That's not a good enough explanation for what I think is going on. Like, that's not enough for me. When people say source, I like that. Like, I feel like it's okay to change the language, and I think people get mad about changing the language because they want the God to be what they envision the God to be, which was given to them. And there is a narcissistic, abusive hold on that concept of God. And so as people decide and understand that that does not serve them, and they try to search for something that feels more real, it becomes like this journey. But only when you go on the journey, I feel like, do you even learn what you project that you're supposed to be learning from the religion in the first place. And I think people are trying to spiritually bypass how life teaches you things. And they, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, Latarius telling us that God told him that somebody was going to make sure that his wedding was paid for when he was spending $12,000 of his money on other people's weddings. Why were you spending $12,000 of your money to help other people get married? And the only reason I say that, y'all, is because I feel like being married is not that important. Feeding people, shelter, clothing, healthcare, mental health, like, therapy. Like, there are fucking yoga. Y'all have no idea how much yoga helps people, okay? If you know, you know. But it's like, there are so many other things that $12,000 could have done. Why would you want to like spend your money in order to ensure that other people are getting married and then not be able to afford your own? That's what God told you? No, Latarius. You told you that, Latarius. You told you that, Latarius. White Sky Daddy did not tell you that.
Until later that night when I got back to my hotel.
I know what I said. Tell me what I said.
Why are we doing this?
Because I like this. People say Latarius ain't interested in nobody. He loves his platform. He knows if he gets married, then the platform will go away, and he just want to be a forever bachelor.
You be in everybody's DM.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. Latarius, are we talking transparently?
1,000%.
You use this podcast as an interview process for your future wifey.
Probably is. Whoever my wife is has to be comfortable sitting on this couch, and we do this thing together. That's a prerequisite.
If Latarius expressed interest, why didn't you guys date? And I'll tell you guys the same thing that I told Latarius. He talked to everybody.
No, I don't. So tell me, how do you assume that? Because it's not true.
It is very true. It's not assumption. It's facts.
I'm gonna tell you, if it's facts, you're gonna have a whole lot of women comment and say, I've shot my shot at Latarius, and they be the baddest women in the world. They say Latarius don't even respond
Well,
to
it's
me.
different. You're a pursuer. You want to be the one who is setting the stage. You want a woman to sit and smile at you and let you know that she's single and available, but you want to be the aggressor.
Well, I can probably name about 3 people in all of this year that I shot my shot at.
Before
Whatsoever. There was no
Created because this is my online video takes. The more of a
I'm sorry, this lady reading down. Okay, do you hear me?
joke my podcast looks. That you have personal friends that say that I tried
Hold
to.
up, go
You
back.
want a woman to sit and smile at you and let you know that she's single and available, but you want to be the aggressor.
Well, I can probably name about 3 people in all of this year that I shot my shot at.
And that could be true, but also your posture is that of, I really want to be married.
Not really that I'm intentional about. The longer that it takes, the more of a joke my podcast looks. That you have personal friends that say that I tried to shoot my shot at them.
Yes, he wants marriage. That's always been the purpose of all of this, was to eventually find the woman that would be willing to submit. But he would have to earn it, because what's the fun of the game if I'm not gonna earn it? But essentially, the Christian framework in this setting is meant to find the woman that is going to be mentally, spiritually submissive to him, vampire sucking off her tit.
I have never been on a show where somebody wanted to talk like this.
Because it's Dear Future Wifey.
I mean,
Because think about it, Dear
I
Future
feel like
Wifey.
I'm telling your business.
No, you're not. That's what my podcast is about.
Okay.
Listen, the Dear Future Wifey, I say this all the time, is my personal journey as I discover, uncover, and recover love.
Okay.
So this whole platform was created because this is my online video journal, my diary, if you would. And so I invite people into my space, into my love life, because that's what it's about. People question me all the time saying, you really don't want to be married. You really don't want to do this. You really this. He has this. He don't really want. Why can't he just find somebody? I see all these beautiful women on this podcast. Why don't he just marry one of them? They say it all the time. I'll be like, y'all just think I'm supposed to just, oh, guess number 3. Let's get married. And I said, if I listened to y'all, I would have been married probably 8 times with 8 different women, because everybody y'all keep saying is my wife, including you. When I was on your platform, they were commenting under there where you had to say, listen, me and Latarius are friends. And I was about to say, listen, I expressed interest a couple of months prior to that. And she was just like, no big deal. So it was just like,
Don't do that.
What?
That's not what happened. I
So-
didn't
so
say
what?
no big deal.
Well, you didn't say it like that, but it was just like, you said you just believe in friendships.
That's also not what I said.
What did you say?
I said that you and I will be friends.
Yeah, that's what you
yeah,
said.
for sure. Not that I just believe in friendship.
Well,
but
I ain't saying blanket statement, you don't believe in friendship, but I'm talking about basically what it was between us, friendship.
yeah, immediately, because I don't want to give away too many of the details of that conversation, but I feel like I almost have to establish context.
Establish it.
Okay, so
Talk about it.
I low key was disappointed that that's where it went.
Why?
Okay. So in that conversation, do you remember we were talking about my business partner, David, who's
Yeah.
also my best friend.
Right.
And you asked me, you said, you mean to tell me that you and David is married, and you said, you mean to tell me that as closely as you guys work together, he's never hit on you.
Right.
And I said, you know what, Latarius, because of my history of being like a leader in the sales industry and being in the music industry and doing all of these things that are so male dominated and having to deal with the men at the top always coming on to me
Right.
and dangling the carrot over me as if this doesn't happen, then there isn't an opportunity, right?
That part.
And I said to you, what I respect so much and why I love David so much is because there has never been a moment of inappropriateness.
Right.
There's never been a moment where he's tried to approach me in that way. And I'm like, I'm just loving this season. Part of the reason that I'm doing my own thing and I'm this entrepreneur is so that I can control the narrative. Nobody can say to me, like, hey, let's go do this.
And I just want to say that people often have a hard time with this, but to me, and this is just from my personal experience, y'all, anecdotal, okay? As a woman that has had close relationships with men and they have not pressed me like that, it is because, first of all, my daddy threatened to shoot people. So I kind of came into the situation with a level of backup, and somebody and men, like boys coming into my life, understanding that somebody will probably, kill you behind this girl. First thing. Second thing is that I have an energy of, if I feel an inkling that you might want to fuck with me, I'm going to throw out shit to let you know, don't come this way. Don't do it. I can think of at least 3 of my close male friends throughout my life that never pressed me, not one time. And we were in situations where they could have. Okay. And I talk about these men often because it meant a lot, because I was going through a hard time. Being around my homeboy Ellis, the way I was during, right after Katrina, we were together all the time. I was always in this man's house and in his mama's van. If he was a different type of nigga, he could have took advantage of me at a time where I was severely depressed. He did not. Not once. Not ever. Never came on to me. Never made me feel like he liked me like that. Just was my homeboy, and we really enjoyed spending time together, and we would be joked out. I think he even married a chick that has my same name. Like that, you know what I mean? So when we have these conversations, it takes a certain type of woman to have relationships with men where they know not to come at her like that. It really does take a certain type of energy. But there are men that recognize how valuable it is to be friends with women. So when they find women that they have some type of like respect for, because those women don't fucking play, yeah, like there's a small percentage of niggas that will respect it, and you will not have situations like that in the most intimate of circumstances.
Dinner. Hey, let's go do this. Hey, there's this opportunity, but first, right? And you were really into that part, and you were like, wow, men and women can have platonic friendships.
Because I have them. I have a lot of them.
But then I felt like, because we were talking about this, we were talking about being on the podcast, and then you backdoored me and you came and did the very same thing I said I was so grateful for the men who are in my life platonically now not doing.
But I just met you.
I know, but you didn't even, like, you just met me, but we met on the pretense of let's get to know each other and establish synergy for business. You feel me?
Well, because I don't look at it as much business as in it's an episode. We shooting something and we going about our lives. With David, it's a different situation. Y'all built businesses together.
Yeah, but even before we've built businesses together, we were just friends.
Well, I don't know what y'all were, but I'm saying that at that time when he first met you, I don't know if he was dating somebody at the time, if he was single. I don't know all that.
He was single.
Well,
and we've only just been friends. So
and I have friends that's all it's ever been.
But if we're being totally honest, I just felt like, now we just had this whole 2-3 hour long conversation.
Ain't got nothing to do with me.
No. Whatsoever. There was
No, but it meant that you were not listening to her. Y'all, and this is the thing. A woman will set up this and like tell you an entire scenario about how, like I just did. I just broke down to y'all. I gave y'all a personal anecdotal situation where a dude respected my fucking boundaries. And I'm also telling you the type of person that I am so that you know I'm not somebody that you could just get access to. Like, you can't just try me like that. That's fucking weird. That's gonna make me feel uncomfortable. Like, I'm saying it to you when I tell you the story. And then you turn around and try to holler at me. It's like, yeah, whatever, bitch. What you trying to do something? That's basically what you did. That's basically what you did. And it's the funniest thing that when men are, or not even just men, but whenever people are trying to hide their intentions, if you are paying attention, they can't help but to show what they're on. They can't, if you really know what you're looking at, they can't help but to show their hand, because there is a level that's like a blind spot. It's like a blind spot. You're so full of yourself that you can't really see how you come off to people. And I think that was a part of this conversation that he was missing. My God, on today. Let's listen to the vows.
Before I ever met you face to face, there was a moment, just me in my car, listening to your podcast, when everything inside me became still. As your voice filled the quiet, something deep in my spirit whispered, I know him, not by sight or history, but by the echo of your heart. In that moment, I knew you carried the sound of my husband long before I saw your eyes. Latarius, my love, my covering, my God-sent partner. When God aligned our paths, it wasn't accidental, it was intentional. You became proof that God doesn't just answer prayers, He answers them with precision, restoration, and purpose.
Okay, y'all, I'll be right back. Watch this. I'll be right back.
You didn't just enter my life, you were revealed. You've seen me in all my versions, the focused one, the fiery one, the overthinking one, and the I have one more thing to say one. And through every shift and season, you held me with a steadiness and presence that make me feel completely chosen and deeply understood. A powerful confirmation that God chose you for me was the way you love your children. Your devotion and tenderness revealed your heart instantly. I honor them, I cherish them, and I promise to love them with grace, compassion, and unwavering support as we build a blended family rooted in God's love. I promise to cover you in prayer and to seek God with you, not just for blessings, but for alignment. I promise to honor you with my words, protect you with my actions, and support your calling with everything in me. I will walk beside you in every season. The stretching, the refining, the victorious, and the quiet ones where faith carries us. I promise to choose you intentionally and wholeheartedly, in joy and challenge, in clarity and uncertainty, in peace and in pressure. I will choose us again and again. With you, I've found a love that is covered, chosen, and heaven ordained. A love that feels like scripture in motion. A love that feels like home. I thank God for the man you are, the father you are, and the husbande you are becoming today. Today, before God and everyone who loves us, I choose you. Tomorrow, I'm going to choose you again. And for every day God gives me breath, I will choose you still. As I stand here becoming your wife, loving you is not just my vow, it is the divine mantle God placed on my life for this appointed season and for all the years to come. Before I ever met you face to face, there was a moment, just me in my car, listening to your podcast, when everything inside me became still. As your voice filled the quiet, something deep in my spirit whispered, I know him, not by sight or history, but by the echo of your heart. In that moment, I knew you carried the sound of my husband long before I saw your eyes. Latarius, my love, my covering, my God-sent partner.
Y'all, I hate this. Okay.
When God aligned our paths.
Okay, it was still playing great. Sorry, y'all. The man is here to fix the issue, and I low-key don't know how long he gonna be here, so I don't even really want to get off.
Today is the day we become one, and there's no greater choice than you. You are my answered prayer and my divine assignment.
Okay.
And as we step into this covenant, I make you this promise. I will be your greatest pupil. I will study your heart, honor your language, and learn your love with intention. I will become a nerd of your heart, unashamed, devoted, and forever fascinated by the depths of who you are.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come right back, I promise. Y'all be looking for me. Put on a notification. Bye.